There's already a line of people here.
132 at station.
Success. Got a tag. There it is. It's dusty. So a couple of things I want to get with it. He has a spare hatch, the spare roof, and the original white hood that came with it are there. I want to put those. I'm not going to film too much because he's got some other stuff in here. But he did change these seats. I wanted to put the factory seats back in it just the way I had it. Other than that, it's just the way we left it. Oh, there she goes. It runs. Looks like the alarm's going off now. Stop brake sticking. No power steering. So I just left. CRX is running, but it needs a little attention. It's got brake dragging a little bit. That's George driving my truck. So brake drags a little bit. A few of the little here and there. No air conditioning. This window doesn't work. 96 was when I met Steve, and he had this car. It was crazy because I just bought a green CRX, my Tahitian green that I've shown on the channel before, and white was the car I was trying to find when I got the green one, and Steve had the white one. So it was always like we immediately bonded over CRXs, and as time went on, we, you know, hung out, went to shows, and got to know each other really well. There we are. CRX ran really well on the Dragon trip. 1,977 miles we did altogether from the time I left my house. Only issue really is just because it could do with a little bit of freshening up. The motor sat in Bert's yard for 10 years after he used it in the hatch, and then when we got it, we basically just put a supercharger on it and started tuning it, and it makes good power. It runs good, but it does smoke a little bit. You'll see in parts of the video. Has a little bit of puffing out the tailpipe. It burned about a quart of oil. A lot of it was, you know, out the Dragon. A lot of downhill, in gear, engine braking environment that will promote a little bit of smoke more than usual. I drove it. Time to give Esther the keys. She has to run a couple of errands. Figure it'd be nice, different perspective.
Yes.
You used to have one of these, right?
I did.
You remember what it was like?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Have fun.
We're about to go back in time again.
That's it. Almost the same motor as you had, a B18 C5 when you had it in your red one.
Yeah. I missed that one.
I know.
Here we go. All right. So this is going to be an adventure. I miss having having my CRX. That was definitely one of my favorites. Let's figure out the windows. Fancy. Fancy. Electric windows. There's no way I'm going to be able to drive this car, stick and shift and record, because I'm using a cell phone and that's just not possible. So, I mean, I can a little bit, but it's not going to be safe. So we're not going to do that. Just going to pull out and have a little reminisce. Ooh, drive with one arm. No power steering. Yeah, I still got it. Still got it. Oh my goodness. I do remember thinking that when I first got my car, that it was heavy. All right, well, that's as good as you're gonna get from here. Not the best angle, but it's so nice. I'm running some errands, and I got to take the CRX, because why not, right? And that was it. I'm at my first errand, and it was fun. Definitely some nostalgia. Some nostalgia. Beautiful day, awesome car. Who doesn't love a CRX? I mean, come on.
So that might be a little bit of memories right there. Oh, look at that. Still got the fall colors. CRX Shirts, this is the last batch. They are on sale. We're selling these for a cost. So these are $10. This is pretty much close to our cost. It has the LHT on the sleeve and of course the silhouette on the front. These are jerseys, by the way. They're not cheap shirts. These are some of the best quality shirts. These are the ones that we wear every day, so I can tell you they do wash well and they don't fade or shrink or anything like that. So get them while you can. This is the last batch, I promise. $10, and the shipping is priority. We ship 2 to 3 day anywhere in the US, including Hawaii. So we did make some changes to the CRX, but kept the overall look and kept the nostalgia that we'd talked about over the years. Steve and I had kind of a plan. We had the same thought process, and of course kept the original paint. There is some chips and scratches here and there, and they all tell a story. In fact, some of the scratches, I was around when he did them. So this hood right here is fiber image hood. It's one that I did a buy-in with the company back in the early 2000s, around 1999. We had to do a $5,000 buy-in, so we basically all bought one and we all paid cost for it. That's how you end up sharing a little bit of the wealth. This does have the JDM back seat, which is obviously Japanese only. It kind of looks cool, but it's almost useless. These are the original 9091 CRX SI seats. He had those. I decided to put those back in. I really like the way they look, and again, it matches the car and it's original to the car. The steering wheel is a Japanese steering wheel. It looks the same, except it's got leather on the outside. The dash is a UK CRX VTI dash. That is UK only. As you see, it's in miles. It does have the 8,000 RPM red line, goes to 150 miles an hour. And it's pretty much a plug and play, and the CRX looks so much nicer. These are the Cozy K1 wheels, 11-inch Mini Cooper rotors, Integra Type R calipers, and these are powder coated red, same as the back. Everything matches, and it's lowered on teen basic coilovers. They are adjustable height-wise, but they don't have any rebound, but they do ride well, and it gives you plenty adjustability. So the engine is a B18 C5 complete engine and transmission. We did the hydro conversion. This has the LHT rubber mounts that we used to use back in the day. It's got the factory Integra Type R exhaust manifold, the CRX SIR airbox, and the Miata battery. So it has a little bit more clearance. You see how much room there is between the battery and the air tube. Of course, coil full-size radiator. So this mount is the 9091 Integra mount. This is an OEM rubber mount. The rest of them are The back mount is a CRX rubber mount. The other side is from a 94 Integra, and we just basically made the brackets fit to get the engine to line up the way we wanted it. That way it's on factory OEM mounts. You can see here, this is the reservoir for the clutch. It uses existing holes. The master cylinder is actually mounted inside the car. That way it has the ability to flush the fluid and top it up if need. And it's got that super factory OEM feel, which is one of my favorite parts about the car. All right, so a lot of parts. Luckily, that's not all for us. Suspension, I forgot to tell you about that. It is Team Basic. It's pretty cheap. I think it's about 690 bucks on eBay. It was cheaper on eBay than buying it at our cost. And we are a team dealer. It's crazy how that works. The whole market is bizarre. But we like the look of it. It's not too low, but it does have a lowered look without having that 16-year-old kid look. You know, where the tire is stuck inside the fender. It still looks right, I think. Last thing I want to do is, you see right here, that's that cross member that we got. It hangs way too low. It's designed to take the half-size EG radiator. It basically drops down that mounting point. We're going to change that because I really don't like it. But it was the only bar we could get at the time while we were doing the swap. And of course, I think change the rack, freshen up the engine bay, and then this car will be done. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. I'm going to link it to the build series, and then I think that build series, I might actually edit it down into one continuous video for those that don't want to sit and look through all those episodes, because it is kind of long. And don't forget your CRX t-shirt, 10 bucks while they last. Once they're gone, they're gone. I promise we're not making any more of those. This is the last of the t-shirts. Esther is working on a design for Christmas. If you're interested in a new design, that should be coming in a couple of weeks. See you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget, enjoy your cars.